Negative exponents. Everybody loves a negative exponent, right? What's not to love about negative exponents? These are a little bit different. Hello. But what you need to do is you need to follow the rules on this. How do you make a negative exponent positive? So if I have, I don't know, 7 to the negative 2, right? To make a negative exponent positive, you have to move it into the denominator. So it's going to be 1 over 7 to the 2. Okay? Think of it this way. I could think of it as 7 over 1. Maybe I should even use a different color here. Right? A different color. Think of it as 7 over 1. You can think about it as taking the reciprocal, so you flipped it. Right? Because that's exactly what this is right here. Okay? If I look at this second one, and I'll come back in a second to the other ones. If I have like x over 4 to the negative 3, okay, all I'm doing is I'm flipping this, right? That's what this is telling me. I'm moving the 4 to the numerator and the x to the denominator, and it allows it to be 3, okay? And I could go through a big long mathematical reason for it, and if you would like to look it up online as to why it works, feel free to do so, but I'm not going to spend that time here right now. But the key is you need to flip the fraction, okay? In the third one here, it's the same idea. If I have 1 over, and we'll use this again, 7 to the negative 2, okay? I'm going to make that 7 to the 2, okay? Which I could say is 7 to the 2 over 1, right? So basically, to make a negative exponent positive, what we're looking to do, take this middle one, we're looking to take our fraction and we're looking to flip it, right? We're looking to flip it. If we don't have a fraction and we just have a 1 on the bottom and our negative exponent is on the top, we would flip this so that our negative exponent goes to the bottom and becomes positive. That's the key to making it positive, okay? You can't really work with negative exponents. You really want to work with positive exponents. Same thing here. If we have a negative exponent, yes, it is in the denominator. So when we take the reciprocal, when we flip it to make it positive, it's going to come up to the numerator. Right? So basically, to make a negative exponent positive, you have to move it from the numerator to the denominator. Or if it's in the denominator, you have to move it to the numerator. I'm going to do one that's a little more complicated to see if this makes sense to you. Write it down. So if I take, we better rub out a little more here so I have some room here. Okay, I'll do that. And we'll put this right here. Okay, like this. That's 3. Okay. What if I had something like this? If in the numerator I had 2x to the negative 3, y to the 4th, and in the denominator, I had like 3a squared b to the negative 5. Okay? And the question says make all the exponents positive. Let's say that was the question. I was asked to make all exponents positive. Okay? That's the question. Okay? So what I need to do is I need to say, hold on, wherever I see negative exponents, I need to move them. So here, well, the 2 is a 2 and the 3 is a 3. But I see there's a negative exponent in the numerator, and to get that positive, I would have to move this x down here into the denominator to make the exponent positive. Okay. Here, that exponent's positive, it just stays here. But I keep looking. A, it's to a positive 2. I don't move it. The exponent's already positive. But b to the negative 5, well, since it's in the denominator, to make it positive, I need to move it to the numerator, would be b to the 5. Okay? So basically, if you have a negative exponent in a denominator, you have to move it to the numerator. Negative exponent in the denominator, we moved it to the numerator. If you have a negative exponent in the numerator, we have to move it to the denominator, just like we did here. a negative exponent in the numerator, we had to move it to the denominator, okay? So these are kind of individual ones. This is how you do a bit of a more difficult question. The one thing I'd encourage you to do once you get this is to say, hold on, I'd like to put the variables in alphabetical order. That has nothing to do with negative exponents. It's just traditionally in math, we do put the variables in alphabetical order. So instead of y to the fourth, b to the fifth, we put the b to the fifth first, right? So the number always comes first, it's the coefficient, and then the variables in alphabetical order. All right, take care.